Imagine hitting rock bottom. Divorced, a single mother, struggling to even put food on the table, and battling with deep sadness. What would you do? Would you give up, or would you find a spark of magic within yourself? This is the true story of J.K. Rowling, the woman who created a wizarding world that captivated millions, but her journey there was no fairy tale. Joanne Rowling, before she became J.K. Rowling, faced some incredibly tough times. After graduating from university, she worked various jobs, but her true passion was always writing. In 1990, on a delayed train, the idea for Harry Potter suddenly popped into her head. She began jotting down notes on anything she could find, even napkins. But life had some huge challenges in store for her. Just months after this wonderful idea came to her, a terrible sadness hit. Her beloved mother passed away. This was a truly devastating loss for Joanne, and it affected her deeply. She moved to Portugal to teach English, hoping for a fresh start. There, she got married and had her daughter, Jessica, in 1993. However, this marriage was short-lived and difficult. Soon, she found herself divorced, a single mother with a baby, and without a job. She moved back to Edinburgh, Scotland, to be near her sister. This was a period of extreme hardship. Joanne was living on government benefits, what some call welfare, to support herself and her tiny daughter. She herself described this time as being as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain, without being homeless. She often wrote in cafes, with her sleeping baby next to her, because she couldn't afford to heat her own apartment. She was also dealing with severe depression, thoughts that felt like the dementors from her future books, sucking the happiness out of her. What she thought, despite the overwhelming difficulties, something deep inside Joanne kept telling her to keep going. She believed in the magical world she was creating. She thought, this story deserves to be told. Even when everything seemed to go wrong, she held on to the hope that her words had value. She found comfort and a way to escape her reality in writing about Harry, Hermione, and Ron. She truly poured her own struggles and feelings into the story, like the feeling of loss Harry felt for his parents. What she did, even though she was struggling financially and emotionally, she kept writing. Day after day, she chipped away at her manuscript, filling notebooks with her ideas. She spent hours in cafes, writing page after page. She didn't let her poverty or depression stop her from pursuing her dream. She knew this was her chance to create something meaningful, not just for herself, but for her daughter. When she finally finished the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, known as Sorcerer's Stone in the US, she started sending it to publishers. This was another mountain to climb. She faced rejection after rejection. Imagine the courage it took to keep sending out your precious work, only to get a no again and again. She was rejected by 12 different publishing houses. Some probably thought a children's book about a wizard wouldn't sell. But then, a small publisher called Bloomsbury took a chance. Their editor's 8-year-old daughter, Alice, read the first chapter and absolutely loved it. She begged her father to read the rest. And that, dear listeners, was the moment the door finally opened. Bloomsbury agreed to publish the book in 1997. Even then, they advised her to keep her day job, not expecting it to be a huge hit. How she grew. From a struggling single mother on welfare, J.K. Rowling grew into one of the most successful authors in history. Her Harry Potter series became a worldwide phenomenon, selling over 600 million copies and translated into more than 80 languages. It spawned movies, theme parks, and a global fan base. She became incredibly wealthy, but she never forgot where she came from, giving away millions to charity. Her personal pain became the foundation for a universe that brought joy and inspiration to countless people. Lesson: J.K. Rowling's story teaches us that even in our darkest moments, there is immense power within us. Persistence, even when faced with overwhelming difficulties and repeated rejection, can lead to unimaginable success. Your struggles can become the very fuel for your greatest achievements. Never give up on the magic you carry inside.